Good morning. How you doing? Rosanna here, channeling some RozyGlow wisdom for you. How you doing? Feels very much like spring is here. And, it kind of reminds me of the difference between when you wake up every day and you're expecting rain and cold. And then you wake up every day and it's sunshine every day. And it's very easy to kind of think, well, how long is it going to last? So I'm going to go straight into the prayer, and I want to just dissect it a little bit because I've seen this so often with my clients. I've seen it with myself, and it's one of those things that will be explained in the prayer. So, hey, Cherie, welcome. I'm just going to go straight to it. So, good morning, diamonds. When we move beyond survive and we experience what it feels like to thrive, suddenly we come to see just how graceful life can be. Does this make us happy? Well, often we question our sanity. What have we been doing all these years, whilst we have seen through eyes of fear? So we freak and self-sabotage, just to justify the pain we have caused. Just to justify the pain we have felt and caused. Forgiveness of self is key. To let go of past misery and allow the grace-filled path to be the one we walk. Open to easily being a magnet for all you need. Radiate the energy of love and affirm you are in service to the highest good. So every gift that comes is richly deserved soulful food, aligning you all the time with your divine design timeline. I am safe to thrive. I am deserving of my success. I am that I am. So this is the thing, when we start to get an experience of things going easily in our lives, it actually can really freak us out because we're so used to things being difficult. So we get to this point that we're just like, it's too easy. I've actually got to do something to self-sabotage here, and it's totally subconscious, okay? It's not conscious at all. It is the ego, which is the programmed part of you going, this isn't how we operate. We don't operate like this. So if you're expecting trouble and you start having ease, you're going to go back to what you expect. You're going to create it because that's what you expect. So it's very important to readjust your compass, okay? What do you want to align with? If you want to align with drama and struggle, go ahead. Go for it. Enjoy it. Very often people are attracted to drama because actually they like being excited by life, and fear and excitement are basically the same thing. Anxiety and excitement are the same thing. I've said it before. It's the same chemicals, same hormones that are expressed in the body, but it's how we perceive it. So again, my background is in fertility and pregnancy and birth work and the first 3 years of life and how that actually affects us. So the time in the womb, from conception onwards, in the first 3 years of life. That's why I'm a fertility specialist. And effectively, if we've had a high stress pregnancy, which, just look at it this way. If your mum didn't feel supported, if she felt stressed by work, if she didn't feel like your dad was really there for her or her family was there for her, or, she just generally was scared. I know I was scared throughout my whole pregnancy. I was really young. I was in a new relationship. I didn't know how I was going to cope. I was excited about it, but I was also scared. So, when you are used to having that experience in the womb, if your mum is generally high stress, you're going to be used to a high level of adrenaline in your body. Okay, so you're going to be seeking that out. And, whether it's thrill seeking through joyriding, I don't mean stealing cars, I mean things like, computer games and also fair rides, that kind of thing, but also scary movies, thrillers, all that sort of thing, then you're going to basically be looking for that all the time. It's in your subconscious. You're looking for something that's going to trigger that familiar feeling of, that was scary. I jumped out at myself, and we kind of crave it. So you can be saying you want grace and ease. I follow the path of grace and ease. I want grace and ease. I want to walk my path, and the things that I need easily come to me. The things that I desire to experience come into my field because I'm here to learn how to be a co-creator of my reality and to co-create consciously rather than unconsciously. That's what I offer people in my programs as well. So in that sense, if you don't want to be grace and ease, if you say you want it with your head, but your subconscious actually wants the drama, you're going to have constant conflict. And when you go through a process of reprogramming your subconscious, which is what I do in my work, you then need some time. You need a few months to be able to stabilize. And what's going to happen is you'll have an up, you'll have a down, you'll have an up, you'll have a down. If you get attached to the downs, you're going to keep bringing them in. If you allow yourself to focus on the ups and to go, wow, I've had that experience, like that was amazing. For those few hours, few days, few weeks, I felt amazing. What did that feel like? And you keep energizing that. You keep taking your attention there. That's what you're going to build. But if you stay in a place where you're going, well, I did all this stuff, I've done the program, and then, you know, this shit keeps hitting the fan, and like, you know, they haven't changed and this hasn't changed, and I keep having to deal with them. You're going to have to deal with them. You're living in a third dimensional, fourth dimensional reality. It's a fear-based paradigm. Just because you're not in fear doesn't mean others aren't. But when you anchor your vibration, when you keep showing up to the grace and ease path, when you keep showing up to the desire to thrive, then you will bring more and more of that energy into you. And so long as you anchor it, you put it into your earth chakra, you send it around the planet, you are going to then influence everybody around you. The more you expand your sphere of compassion, the more you influence everybody. That's why we say make it as big as the room that you're in, or as big as the house that you're in, so everybody is influenced. And you can also set the intention that those around you that are in your energy field harmonize with your energy. Okay, so they harmonize with your shifts. And the key thing again with that is to be able to step up. So to say, all right, you know, I'm going through an upgrade. I know they're not going to resonate with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug, I'm going to detach from them, I'm going to invite them to the next level. So every time you do a meditation, every time you do a co-creation with me, every time you do a Rise meeting, every time, hey Irina, anything that you actually do that is to do with raising your frequency, you're then going to need to unplug from the people around you, the people that you love. And you can do it really simply just by saying, I release everyone and everything. And that just clears it. And you can do something called the energy refund decoding exercise, which again is part of my program, but it works really, really well. And it just allows you to detach from the people around you on the level that you're used to connecting with them, and then to raise yourself up and to invite them up. It's like you entice them to a higher frequency. That's where the temptress comes in, right? And it's like, come on, baby, come up here. It's so much more fun up here. But if you kind of get stuck in the, I've raised my consciousness, why are you still down there? Why haven't you changed? Why do I do all this work and you don't do it? You know, you get stuck in the drama again. So stop, right? The inner child in us is very needy. Most of us have not had our needs met, but we keep expecting other people to meet them rather than ourselves. And you're never, ever going to get satisfaction from that. I have, the last 9 months, literally been on a thriving curve. Like, it's been going on for a long time, but around the same time I started working with my coach, Brenda, I also started a relationship with Ian, and it's just been like, the better it gets, the better it gets. Everything that I've been teaching for the last 4 or 5 years has really been culminating. And, you know, it's been going in incremental stages, but this 5 years on has just been like, wow, you know, mastery and consistently showing up. So it's really important to be patient with yourself, because you've got a whole lifetime to master this, okay? We're all ascended masters in training. To expect to suddenly live in a completely different world where you don't get triggered by any of the things that you normally get triggered by is like me basically saying to you, how would I describe it? It's not going to happen, because you're not going to be able to believe it. You're not going to be able to grasp it. You need a bit of the familiar to remind you where you actually want to go. So if it's too much drama, if it's too much stuff coming up for you, you then allow yourself to slow it down. So, okay, this is feeling a bit intense. So how do you stop the intensity? You ground. You keep grounding. You come into your heart and you radiate the love that you want to attract. You bring your wounded self into that love. Spheres of compassion are for the wounded self. They're for the people that have triggered you. There are so many tools you can use, and I specialize in simple tools, because when you're caught in a moment, trying to do something complex isn't going to work. So I'm going to read the poem again, and I hope that it will resonate with you. I'm going to try and read it with a little bit more of a rhythm. Let's go, we go. Good morning, diamonds. When we move beyond survive, and we experience what it feels like to thrive, suddenly we come to see just how graceful life can be. Does this make us happy? Well, often we question our sanity. What have we been doing all these years? Whilst we have seen through eyes of fear. So we freak and self-sabotage, just to justify the pain we have caused. Just to justify the pain we have felt and caused. Interesting blind spot for me there. Forgiveness of self is key, to let go of past misery and allow the grace-filled path to be the one we walk. Open to easily being a magnet for all you need. Radiate the energy of love and affirm you are in service to the highest good. So every gift that comes is richly deserved soul food, aligning you all the time with your divine design timeline. I am safe to thrive. I am deserving of my success. I am that I am. Okay, so what this really comes to is so every gift that comes is richly deserved soul food. So if you get a gift coming to you, which is a trigger, right, that's there for you to kind of make a choice. Is this how I want to show up or not? Something wonderful comes up in your life, say, yes, thank you, I'll have more of that. If something turns up in your life that you're not too keen on, then what do you want to feel instead? It's there as information for you to make choices, not to feed that, but to feed this instead. And I honestly have been caught in moments whilst I was doing this program myself, where I honestly didn't know how to handle the situations that were showing up, okay? There were moments where there were meltdowns happening all around me, and all I could do was just notice I've gone into a fear response. Notice I've gone into, fight, flight, or freeze. Hold my heart and just call in a miracle. Literally, I need a miracle now. I need a miracle now. I need a miracle now. Thank you. And basically, that's where it comes to. So you showing up for yourself no matter what is how you know you deserve all the other stuff that's coming. And when you are on a trajectory where really great things are happening, keep saying yes. Like, the expectation that things are suddenly going to get bad again are based on the belief that for every up, there's a down. Yeah, that, don't count your chickens before they've hatched. It's like, don't expect too much, like really, don't expect too much, then you won't be disappointed. We've all been given these messages as children because we've come from lack. So how do you shift lack to thriving? This is your journey. This is what you look about in your day. Anything that doesn't feel pleasant. I know when I drive sometimes through areas that are just bleak, I'm like, oh gosh, I remember this being my norm. Thank God that my drive now to work is like on the coastal road, or, like whatever it is. And it's like, allowing yourself to shift your vision is so important, and noticing when you're somewhere you don't want to be, noticing when you're somewhere you do want to be. So feed the bank of what you want and don't energize the things you don't want. Just notice, oh, this place, yeah, I haven't been here for a while. I'm going to swiftly move out of it. What is the shifting place for this? And when you really are stuck in something, clearing is happening. So be patient with yourself. I posted a really cool article yesterday about spiritual practices that keep you in the heart. They're basically a synopsis of different things that I do. But, it was really good just to see an article written about the fact that so many spiritual practices just keep you in your mind. And I see it in yoga as well. I see it in all the philosophizing about whose blinking path is the right path and how to interpret the sutras and how to this and how to that. It's all mental bollocks, all right? The point is peace. The point is bliss. The point is emanating a vibration. If you want your brain to be tantalized so that you can feel inspired, awesome, all right? Awesome. But don't get stuck in a loop, because if you're in your head constantly questioning things, you're not in your heart. I think I'm going to leave it there. I love you lots. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Open your heart to seeing through eyes of love. Know that you deserve the good stuff in your life. Know that if something's showing up that isn't great, it's just a backlog. Today is planting tomorrow, right? So what's showing up today was planted yesterday or the day before that. So be sweet with yourself. There's a time lag. It's getting shorter all the time, which means thoughts become things very, very quickly. But be patient, because if something does show up, don't feel like you've done something wrong. Just step into how it makes you feel and make a choice about how you want to feel. Okay, that's why I do these daily things, to remind you. All right, final thing, retreat, 7th to 9th of June. I would love you to join me. This is the Sacred Medicine Retreat. It's going to be amazing. The lovely Cherie has just created a beautiful page that will be posted about it, but there's videos out on YouTube. There's all sorts of information about it. If you'd like to come and join me and the lovely Hannah in creating something really amazing, clearing our DNA, clearing our cellular memory, clearing stuff out that is stuff we've carried for so long for our ancestors, we're just letting it all go. Okay, so if you want to come and do that and really clear the way to allow everything else that you do to be helpful, you know where you want to be. Love you. Take care.